back to another week in the kitchen. We're making chili again. I do have multiple recipes for chili, red chilies, black chili, a white chili, and a green chili. This chili recipe is something I have when I have extra beer left over. I made the beer cheese soup last week, so I can't just buy one bottle. I bought a 6-pack of Shiner Bock. And this week we'll be using a bottle for my red chili. It's a little bit more of a in-depth recipe than the last chili. The last one was more my simple recipe. This is more of an in-depth recipe. So let me get everything set up and ready to go, and we'll start off with the meats. Be right back. So as you see, I have most of my ingredients here. 2 cans, large cans, I say, 20 ounce of crushed tomatoes, a 15-ounce can of tomato sauce, a bottle of beer, all my seasonings, all my beans, about 3 cans worth of kidney beans there. Mesquite seasoning and a little bit of hot sauce, ground sausage, and ground beef. We already have my pan warming up over here. Let's go ahead and put the beef and the sausage in. Hold on one second. Let me go ahead and cut that open and we'll be right back. Alright, I apologize about that. Go ahead and get the sausage open, peel the plastic off of it. And of course it's slippery. That's my hands. And we'll go ahead and throw the beef in there. You want to just go ahead and brown this up. Let it get about as minced as possible. You don't want too large of lumps in here. Alright, let me get those brown and I'll be right back. Now to go ahead and explain the reason why I'm doing this in the pan instead of doing this in the French oven. I will make the chili in the French oven, but if I do the meat in the pan here, I can use a slot spoon and drain the grease and drippings from the meat. I will use that to sweat the onions, and I will put the meat to the side for a little bit. I'll use a little bit of the drippings to sweat the onions. I can transfer some to the French oven. And then transfer the meat in after the onions have sweated enough. And then I'll start adding all my the rest of the ingredients, and we'll get the chili running. So still waiting on this to brown up some more, and we'll be right back. Alright, so the meat is about browned here. About this consistency is what you want. You don't want it too small. There's still a little bit of raw meat in there. Let me Let it cook a little bit more. I'll put it off to the side and go ahead and get the French oven warming up. You want to chop it up as much as you can. See large lumps, just chop at it. And we'll kind of pull everything back here because I want to, yeah, I can use a little bit of that to sweat the onion. So let me go ahead and set this off this side. And go ahead and get the Dutch oven ready and warming. Grab myself a spoon. You don't want much in there, maybe just about a spoonful. So we're going to tilt that until we about 2 spoonfuls is good. Just a little bit extra since I spilled some on the way over. And not to dirty the dish, we'll go ahead and keep it in this pan right here. And let it sit for a moment. Go ahead and wipe up that grease. Alright, so let that come to heat. And what I did before I cooked here was chopped up 2 onions. I apologize, they're not evenly chopped. Kind of hard with 2 hands, much less 1 hand. Go ahead and slide those in there. Basically what I did was 2 small yellow onions. Go ahead and throw a little bit of pepper in there. Not much, about a pinch. And throw a touch of salt in there. Again, not much, about a pinch. There we go. Let me bring this over so you can see inside the pot. So just that little bit of oil is good enough. You want them to go until they start browning a little bit, kind of caramelize them. I have it at medium heat so they'll cook pretty fast. Must be some steam under this pot. This is one to slide around pretty easy. I did just wash it, so the bottom was probably wet. Looks like I'll be fighting that for a while. Alright, so let me go ahead and sweat these, get them starting to brown, and we'll be right back. Alright, sorry I had to answer a call there for a moment. I always people like to call when you're cooking. And give that a good stir so it doesn't burn too bad. Alright, go ahead and finish transferring the meats over. I'm going to slow this down, bring it down to about medium low. And what I'll do is when I empty one of those cans, I'll transfer this leftover grease to the can and just throw it in the trash. There we go, that's the last of the meat. Set this aside. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and slow it down some more. Go ahead and add the beer to it. Again, I got a Shiner Bock. I do like Bock beer. You can go with anything you want to, but the Shiner Bock has a nice robust flavor to it, and it adds a good flavor to pretty much any recipe. This should be pulling all the browning off the bottom of the pot, and also has slowed down everything considerably. You don't have to add any flour to this to make a roux. Your beans, if you cook it long enough, they'll break down. They'll start to starch the chili, and it causes the chili to thicken up. So let me let that sit for a bit and go ahead and make up my seasoning mix, and we'll be right back. So for my seasoning mix, you don't need to add any more salt because your saltiness is going to be in the mesquite seasoning. You can use any mesquite seasoning that you like. I have Kent Rollins. He has a great YouTube channel where he does a lot of outdoor cooking. We'll add about a teaspoon of that just to get the mesquite flavor into it. Drop this down a little bit more closer to low. Next up, I have smoked paprika. You don't want to add much of this to it. It will overpower if you go crazy with it. You want to go about a little less than a teaspoon. Take the lid off. About that much. Black pepper, you want to go about a half a teaspoon of that. Let's see, chili powder, you want to go about a tablespoon of chili powder. There we go. Cumin, I usually go about a tablespoon and a half. About a tablespoon, and that's about a half more. Onion powder. Go wild. I mean, literally, you want to go wild in this one. I'd say about 2 tablespoons right there. Garlic, Rangeley garlic. You go about a tablespoon of that. And that's about as much as you want to go ahead and go with that. We'll go ahead and pour that into the beef mix here. And give it a good stir, a good mix in. Hot sauce is a little optional. That's one of these things I might just add towards the end or as it's served. My daughter does like chili, but she doesn't like it too hot. So I'll probably just leave the hot sauce off for the end. Give that a good stir and a good mix in there. Make sure everything's pretty well covered. Set that back over there. Now is about where you want to start adding your tomato. Your tomato bases. So let me go ahead and get those cans open, and we'll be right back. Now, I wish I had one of these before I had my stroke. This here has astonished me, literally. You put it on the can, you push the button, it grabs on, you just let go. Takes it a few moments. When you hear the noise change, you heard it change there, you push the button and let's go. And comes right open. So literally you want to go ahead and open your beans, don't drain them. Just go ahead and keep the juices on them. And we'll be back in a moment. Alright, so back to the chili. We let that sit for a bit. Let the seasoning cook in. We didn't get it too hot. We just kind of kept it about medium-low. You kind of want to go low and slow with this one. But it's a really good smell. You can smell the beer. You can smell the seasonings in there. Really good smell there. So we'll go ahead and start adding the tomatoes. You definitely wouldn't go mainly crushed tomato. I like a little bit of chunkiness in the tomato part of my chili. You can go with stewed tomatoes and kind of chop them up a little bit. Crushed tomatoes are about the best. and add a little bit of tomato sauce. Now that's done, go ahead and give it a good stir. Get it nice and mixed in. And try not to spill it over the side like I did. There we go. At this point, go ahead and add your beans. I usually use just dark kidney beans. Some people like to add light beans and dark beans to it. So we'll do about 3 cans. There we go. Guess not. I thought that would fit in there. Go ahead and give it a good stir, and then like I said, you want to go low and slow. I'm going to give it about 2 hours on about medium low. Just come back every once in a while, give it a good stir. And hopefully when I serve this, my other ingredients will be here. I usually serve it over Fritos with shredded cheddar cheese and sour cream. So we'll be back in about 2 hours. Usually about every half hour I'll open it up, check on it, give it a good stir, and we'll see you then. Alright, so 2 hours has gone by. The soup is low and slow for 2 hours there. Make sure it's all nice and mingled and everything, all the flavors are there. So, what I do is I start off with a handful of Fritos in the bowl. And then ladle in about 2 or 3 scoops of the chili. Which is small ladle there, so I'll probably get a little bit more. Just put in pretty much how you want. I don't put in too much and overpower it. Then you take a dollop of chili. Go ahead and put that in there. And take a little bit of cheese and throw it on there. And that's your chili. So, as usual, if you ever make any of my recipes, please let me know how it turned out for you. I'll go ahead and take pictures of this for the thumbnail. And until next time, have a great week, a great weekend. Enjoy. And as always, bon appetit.